And I said, no, I need it. I really need it tonight.
Hello, cinema enthusiasts. Mel Brooks, Hollywood's greatest living legend, Mel Brooks, is taking off the masks at the age of 99. Everyone knows him as the man who made the world laugh. But while creating his masterpieces, he endured a true hell on film sets. In this video, we examine the 5 people who challenged Mel's genius, pushed his patience to the breaking point, and whom he openly said working with them was torture. The 5 people he hated most. And especially the woman at number 5. You will not believe how her endless questions, the same woman Mel said, "I aged while directing her," drove the master filmmaker to the edge of a mental breakdown. If you're ready, let's begin. Number 1. And Bancroft, the war between love and authority. At the top of the list is the one person Mel Brooks loved most in his life, yet hated the most in front of the camera, his own wife, Oscar-winning actress in Bancroft. To Mel, and was one of the greatest actresses in the world. But the moment they stepped onto a set, the peaceful husband and wife relationship at home turned into a ruthless professional duel. On the set of To Be or Not to Be, Mel repeatedly slammed into a wall of authority while trying to direct his wife. And didn't treat Mel like a director. She treated him like an equal who owed her everything. During development, when and disliked a scene Mel had written, she openly humiliated him in front of the entire crew, saying, "This line is cheap, Mel. Go rewrite it like a man." The breaking point came when Mel asked for more energy in a scene and then coldly replied in front of everyone, "Do you want me to act, or do you just want me to be your wife? If you want me to do my job, keep your stupid directions to yourself." Mel later admitted that in that moment, he truly bowed before his wife's intelligence and toughness, and questioned Mel's authority every second, turning the set into a courtroom. For Mel, directing was like trying to stop a storm with your bare hands. Conclusion. For Mel Brooks, and Bancroft was the most brutal test of his professional life. Every day I worked with her, I wanted to quit, but at night, I still had to sleep in the same bed, Mel said, summing up this tragicomic hatred, and remained the eternal leader of Mel's blacklist under the category impossible to direct. Number 2. Dom DeLuise, The Cost of Laughter. In second place is Dom DeLuise, the man Mel Brooks said, "I loved him as much as I hated him for destroying my professionalism." Dom was Mel's closest friend, but his uncontrollable laughing fits turned Mel's sets into daily financial disasters, costing thousands of dollars. Dom DeLuise would completely lose control if he saw something funny, or even if someone simply sneezed. During production on History of the World, Dom had a single serious one-word line. But when he noticed an assistant behind the camera smiling, he exploded into laughter. The breaking point came when Dom's laughing fit stopped the entire shoot for 45 minutes. While Mel was boiling with rage over lighting costs and crew time, Dom was rolling on the floor laughing. Mel finally snapped, kicked the monitor, and shouted, "You're not a professional. You're just a damn problem." Dom, still laughing, replied, "Don't be mad, Mel. It was hilarious." For Mel, directing Dom was more exhausting than running a kindergarten by yourself. Dom's laughter was the ultimate blow of irresponsibility against Mel's disciplined world. Conclusion. Mel Brooks labeled Dom DeLuise a thief who stole the best scenes but turned the process into hell. To Mel, Dom was a saboteur who put laughter between himself and discipline, earning a permanent place on Mel's blacklist under patience destroyers. Number 3. Madeline Kahn, The Torture of Details. In third place is Madeline Kahn, whom Mel Brooks said, "I respected her genius, but hated every second of working with her." Madeline brought Mel's most iconic characters to life, but she exhausted the master director by turning every line and every costume into a matter of life and death. Madeline was always late to set and considered it an artist's right. During development, she didn't just arrive late. She argued with Mel for hours over every comma in the script. The breaking point came when Madeline halted production for 4 hours because she claimed the fabric of a chair didn't reflect her character's emotional state. While Mel begged, "Madeline, just sit and talk," she insisted. "This fabric kills Lily's sadness." Mel was ultimately forced to change the entire set. Madeline challenged Mel's authority in every scene with intellectual questions, reducing his professional momentum to a crawl. To Mel, Madeline was a narcissist who enslaved the crew under the disguise of perfection. Conclusion: though Mel continued casting Madeline, he never hid his anger. "One day with her took 5 years off my life." In Mel's eyes, she was a brilliant result reached through pure suffering, permanently sealed on his blacklist. Number 4. Gene Hackman, Ice-Cold Seriousness. In 4th place is the legendary Gene Hackman, whom Mel Brooks said walked onto a comedy set like a prison guard. Hackman's heavy dramatic background clashed instantly with Mel's chaotic, joyful set atmosphere, making the director feel like a stranger on his own production. Hackman appeared as a guest actor in Young Frankenstein. During development, while Mel cracked jokes to energize the crew, Hackman stood in the corner with an icy expression, rehearsing his lines. He saw the lively atmosphere as unprofessional. The breaking point came when the cast burst into laughter over a joke, and Hackman turned to Mel and coldly said, "Are we actually doing a job here, or just killing time? If this lack of seriousness continues, I'm leaving." Mel replied, "Gene, this is a comedy film." But Hackman's judgmental stare sliced through the joy like a knife. For Mel, working with Hackman was like telling jokes at a funeral. He viewed Hackman's extreme seriousness as an attack on his creativity. Conclusion: Mel Brooks never worked with Gene Hackman again. Gene is a great actor, but he treats laughter like a sin. "There's no place for frozen hearts in my world," Mel said, locking Hackman into the most distant corner of his blacklist. Number 5. Cloris Leachman, the peak of mental exhaustion. We've reached the most patience-draining and mentally exhausting name on the list, Cloris Leachman. To Mel, Cloris was a genius, but every second spent answering her endless why questions felt like a life sentence. Cloris refused to follow even the simplest direction without hours of analysis. During Young Frankenstein, she repeatedly stopped filming to ask why Frau Blucher needed to stand at a certain angle. The breaking point came when Cloris pulled Mel aside during a simple walking scene and asked, "Mel, what childhood trauma is my character remembering while walking this way? Why does my big toe land like this? What is the sociological foundation of this walk?" Mel finally snapped and shouted, "Cloris, just walk down the damn hallway." Mel hated how Cloris turned every glance into a doctoral thesis. To him, she was a question machine who systematically drained a director's patience, stealing time and years off his life under the mask of method acting. Conclusion: though Mel never denied Cloris' brilliance, he openly admitted that working with her aged him. Filming a single scene with Cloris is more exhausting than emptying the ocean with a spoon, Mel said, adding her to his blacklist as the most exhausting genius. Even at 99, he admitted he could still hear the echo of her endless why questions. At 99, Mel Brooks teaches us one thing: the greatest laughter is born from the greatest battles of nerves. Mel may have forgiven these 5 people, but he never forgot the professional destruction and on-set hell they created. What do you think? Was Mel Brooks too impatient with these names, or should a genius simply be obeyed and allowed to create? Let's meet in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications to explore the hidden world of legends. See you in the next video.